What's up, Met fans? Welcome back to Talking Mets with Rob. How is everybody doing? Before I get started talking about the new MLB Division Realignment, don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit on that like button. If you enjoy my content, want to see more, want to get notified when I post my videos and when I go live, you guys know what to do. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. All right, guys. So the new MLB Division Realignment that Jim Bowden put from the Athletic, and he put the teams in specific divisions, and there will be no more National League, there will be no more American League, but every team would be in certain divisions based on where they are geographically. And that's something that might not make a lot of people happy, probably from the new end of baseball fans and some even older fans of baseball. They might not like that realignment. And it's going to be very interesting to see if the expansion teams actually happen, because the only way this will happen is if MLB gets two more expansion teams to get to 32 teams, and then this realignment will most likely happen. And Major League Baseball is very eager to get two more expansion teams and do this realignment throughout baseball. And it's going to be very interesting for teams like the Mets and the Yankees because, well, guess what? You will see in a second exactly why. And there's a lot of other things, what this will do when it comes to the realignment. It will hurt a lot of big time rivalries going forward with this new realignment, right? The Braves and the Mets won't be in the same division, right? There will be, teams that would always face their rivals, and you won't get that with this new realignment, at least not in every division. And of course, you got to see about the balanced schedule too, what they would do with how they schedule the games. You'll probably play everybody, but obviously you're going to play your division a little bit more. And, with some divisions, you could see which division is a lot easier than another division that's got realigned. And that's something that you have to look at. And we will look at all the divisions and see where, of course, the New York Mets are, and maybe your favorite team. If you're not a fan of the Mets and you're seeing this video, you could see where your team would be realigned in that division. Remember, guys, no more National League, no more American League when it comes to the divisions anymore, or what league you're in. So it's going to be that National League, American League is going to be blown up. So who knows what they're going to do with the All-Star game anymore. And now with the World Series, it's not National League versus American League. It's going however they're going to do it. Are they going to do the East Coast versus the East Coast is one playoff bracket, the West Coast is the other playoff bracket. That is something that we don't have all the details because it's not set in stone yet. But remember, we do need expansion teams to get the 32 teams to have this new Major League Baseball division realignment. And there is two teams that are talked about a lot to be expansion, and what cities they are, and that's where we're gonna get go into and talk about those. But this is where the divisions will lie, and we're going to look at it right here, guys. So, firstly, we are going to see the MLB New Divisions in the East. We're going to start right there. The Boston Red Sox, our New York Mets, the New York Yankees, and the Philadelphia Phillies. You know what this division looks like? A tough-ass division. The Mets, the Yankees, the Phillies, all teams that can be juggernauts year after year after year. The Red Sox are going over their little swoon, but every couple of years or so, the Red Sox find a way to be a darling of the Major League Baseball and find a way to make the playoffs and possibly be a contender for the World Series. So just look at that new realignment for just the East. Red Sox, Mets, Yankees, Phillies. Now, the Mets do have a couple of rivalries there with the Yankees and the Phillies. The Red Sox will have the Yankees, but what is interesting like this, you can do the whole 1986 thing with the Red Sox and the Mets. The Red Sox and the Phillies will be a very interesting matchup. And with that division, it's going to be very interesting. Now we're going to go to the North. The North will be the Cincinnati Reds, the Cleveland Guardians, the Detroit Tigers, and the Toronto Blue Jays. Make sense? They are up north. So that makes sense there. You got the Ohio rivalry, and then the Tigers don't really have that rivalry, except they have the Guardians in their division now, which is interesting. Toronto basically has nobody in that division that is a rival. So they're going to have no more Yankees, no more Red Sox, no more Rays, which is very interesting, but also cool to look at. The Mid-Atlantic is the Baltimore Orioles, the expansion Charlotte team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Washington Nationals. As of right now, it can look like the Orioles are the best team in that division in the Mid-Atlantic. The Pirates are terrible. The Nationals have been terrible in the last couple of years, and we don't know what the expansion team looks like with Charlotte, but the expansion team, usually it takes 5 years or so to get really good players. There's probably going to be a lot of money flooded into those expansion teams, and it's going to take some time for those teams to get good. So the Mid-Atlantic looks like that. The Southeast Division is the Atlanta Braves, the Miami Marlins, the other expansion team, the Nashville team, expansion team, and the Tampa Bay Rays. So that is the Southeast Division. Of course, the Braves has somewhat of an easy division. What else is new? The Braves get lucky once again. The Marlins are a team that can be pesky, but never are contenders. But again, with these divisions now, who knows what can happen. The Rays, they could be a hit or miss, but they have been very good over the last couple of years. So that'll be interesting to look at. And again, you don't know about the expansion team. So that is the first set of divisions, which you'll notice there's going to be 8 divisions, and it is all mixed up with National League and American League teams based on your geographical profile. Once again, the East, we got the Red Sox, the Mets, the Yankees, the Phillies. The North, we got the Reds, the Guardians, the Tigers, the Blue Jays. The Mid-Atlantic, the Orioles, the expansion team Charlotte, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Nationals. The Southeast, Braves, Marlins, expansion team Nashville, and the Rays. So you can see already that blowing up the National League and the American League puts teams by geographic in those divisions. And of course, the Mets-Yankee rivalry is always a fun rivalry. The Mets-Red Sox is always an interesting rivalry. We don't play them enough. This year we are. And of course, the Mets and Phillies are one as well. It'll be very interesting. The Yankees and the Red Sox playing the Phillies more. And you see about the other divisions too. It's just a different look. But you know what? I kind of like it. And we're going to look at the other side of the country and who's in those divisions. And we're going to take a look at it right now, guys. So here we go. We got the Midwest. We got the Chicago Cubs, the Chicago White Sox, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Minnesota Twins. And of course, there's a couple of rivalry here. Of course, Chi-Town with the White Sox and the Cubs. The Cubs and the Brewers are always a really good rivalry. The Twins with the White Sox, sort of. Not crazy, but you got teams that face each other that are in the same division. So that's interesting to look when it comes to the Midwest. Looking at the Southwest, we got the Houston Astros, the Kansas City Royals, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Texas Rangers. That is very interesting as well. Again, you got 3 American League teams and 1 national there, which is interesting to look at. But you know what? That looks like a tough division right there, especially with the Astros, Cardinals, and Rangers. Will be very interesting to look at. Then we go to the next one, the Pacific Coast. The Colorado Rockies, the Oakland/Las Vegas Athletics, the Seattle Mariners, and the San Francisco Giants. One thing that you already see here is that the big rivalry between the Dodgers and the Giants aren't in the same division no more, and that rivalry is kind of kaput when it comes to that Pacific Coast division. Not really big rivalries here. A little bit with the Bay Area with Oakland, if they're even going to be in Oakland very soon. It might be Vegas at that moment, and and the Giants. But other than that, look, you got it. Once again, you got, the Giants, the Mariners, Athletics, Rockies, the Giants, Rockies, same division, the Mariners, Athletics, same division. So it's a little weird, but the Pacific Coast is an interesting but very unique division. And last but not least, the West. The Arizona Diamondbacks, the Los Angeles Angels, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the San Diego Padres. This is a tough division with the Dodgers and the Padres looking like they'll be at the top of that division. You got the 2 LA teams, so you got 3 California teams and 1 and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Very interesting. You can see the Padres and Dodgers being at the top of that division, But those are all your divisions, 8 divisions in the newly realigned MLB divisions. Very interesting. One more time, we got the Midwest: Cubs, White Sox, Brewers, Twins, Astros, Royals, Cardinals, Rangers, Rockies, Athletics, Mariners, Giants, and Diamondbacks, Angels, Dodgers, and Padres. Very interesting to look at these realignment. And again, this is from Jim Bowden of The Athletic, of what he would think the realignment looks like. And it's probably going to be pretty accurate, considering if they're going to go by geographically where these teams are. That makes sense. East, West, Midwest, all that crazy, the Mid-Atlantic, all that, and then the North and the Southwest. There's a lot of cool divisions there. I think it's unique. I actually like it. You can blow up the National League, American League, because you play National League, you play American League teams all the time now. So the leagues are kind of only there for the World Series, where the National League plays the American League team, and that's basically your World Series. But now you could face anybody in the World Series, and how would it be crazy if the Mets and Braves in the World Series, or the Mets and Phillies, or just crazy things that you can never think of, Giants, Dodgers, situation like that. All them type of scenarios could happen now. And that is something that I think is really cool. It'll take getting used to for sure. But guess what? Things change. And you know what? I'd rather Major League Baseball change the realignment of divisions than changing the rules that affect on field, like the shift, like throwing over to the base, to first base a couple of times, or the ban of the shift and the time clock. I don't need all that on-field changes. You want to do the realignment, that's fine. But once again, guys, if there's expansion of 2 more teams, we saw what it was, right? We saw Charlotte, and also we saw Nashville as the possibilities of expansion teams, and those would make it 32 teams and will get it ready to go for 8 divisions for Major League Baseball. Once again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit on that like button. If you enjoy my content, want to see more, want to get notified when I post my videos and when I go live, you guys know what to do. Hit on that subscribe button, everybody. Let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think of this new Major League Baseball division realignment from Jim Bowden of The Athletic? I like it. It would be fun for at least the Mets division when you got the Yankees, Red Sox, and Phillies. But let me know if you're a fan of another team and what you think about your team being in a specific division. And let's talk about it, guys. Once again, guys, thank you for watching. And as always, Met fans, let's go Mets.